Why do straight women like gay romance? I don't know. I'm glad they do, because I need people to read my work.
People question, what are straight women doing writing male-male romance? And first of all, I'm not a straight woman. I'm a bisexual woman.
I understand the need for own voices, but there's the other side of the coin of people who are not own voices who get the stories correct. It's a balance of getting who actually does the research and who doesn't.
I don't know what it's like to be a gay man. Never will, but we write really good love stories.
Just because you might have a straight woman writing gay romance doesn't mean that there's a gay man who didn't get to do it. So I think on a practical level, there's room for everybody.
Gay Rom Lit is the defining convention for gay romance readers and writers. I love it. I've been going to it since 2014. It is a 4-day free-for-all it's really fun. It's just readers and authors coming together and just meeting in a safe space to talk about how much they love this genre.
There's something about being in a romance that's freeing, and I'm in the world, I'm around the world, I'm doing crazy things, I'm getting in hilarious situations or sexy situations or fun situations.
With all of these, what I've seen, and maybe it's because of the women writers, the relationships are so deep, and it really becomes about that. And I think that's what makes this genre as a whole sell so well. It's really about the characters and the relationships, and I think it's a great genre.
Why do straight women like gay romance? I don't know. I'm glad they do, because I need people to read my work, and I'm happy that they do. They make up the majority of my readers. So
A lot of women start in contemporary straight romance, and it's getting better these days, but there is a lot of inherent misogyny. More often than not, the male doctor with the female nurse, the male boss with the female secretary. So there's this power balance that's just embedded in our culture. And when you have two men on the page, suddenly there's a level playing field where I can say this one's the secretary and this one's the CEO, and there isn't that embedded dynamic of their gender. It's strictly because of their job differences or things like that. And I think there is some attraction to that.
I enjoyed the relationship between the two men more than with the woman. But when I was writing about two men, I could just enjoy the love. And I didn't have to put myself into this story. So it was a total escape for me.
Romance allows women to have agency over their own lives because they see that they can have experiences outside of whatever narrow scope they were raised in.
I really liked the idea. I was reading a lot of male-female romance, and I found that as I was reading, I sort of by default felt like I needed to identify with the female character because she was sort of the me character. And when I started reading Romance with Two Men, then suddenly there wasn't that default sense that I needed to reflect myself back on the character. And so I really liked that ability to sort of just not have that automatic sense of I'm the woman. And also I really like the idea of and I think for many women readers, supporting the LGBT community and the idea that everybody deserves love and a happy ending, and romance is one of those places where you're guaranteed a happy ending for your couple.
There's something about a male-male gay romance space as opposed to female-female. It is free of the cis-het male gaze that is everywhere else in our culture. There's so much media out there that's geared for cis-het men with them in mind, and that sort of perspective taking over all of those spaces. even if you're reading like FF romance, so lesbian romance, you might have straight men who'd be interested in that.
There's a negative feeling towards romance, the romance genre in general, that it's mommy porn or it's not intellectual enough to read, and that's the response I would get from good friends of mine when I used to say, they'd ask, what are you reading? And I'd say some historical romance, and they'd be like, oh, a bodice ripper. I said, these are not women authors who are just writing in a little corner of a coffee shop. These are intellectual, independent women who want to write a love story, and for some reason there's a negative connotation with love stories.
There is totally a stigma, and it's absolutely unfair because it is romance novels and like other genre fiction that keeps bookstores in business. I think romance as a genre is so associated with women, and there's so much misogyny in our culture that says anything that women like or women do that's identified with women is not as good. And I think that's also the case in terms of the way that homophobia affects our society, that there's a lot of stigma there as well. And so writing romance in general and then writing gay romance as a specific subgenre, like you're dealing with both of those.
Readers at these book signings, I ask them, because I never know. So I'm like, do you read gay romance? And sometimes I get some strangely worded answers, like I'm not into that, and my whole thing is, how do you know? I mean, have you tried? Did you try me? I've been a lot of people's first, so come on, just try one of my books. Let's do it. But it kind of frustrated me at first because it seemed like such a taste, and I'm like, my life isn't a taste. It's who I am.